Hey everyone, happy Friday. I'm super excited to be here today with Dr. Jenn Simmons. We're going to wait a minute for her to arrive and for some of you guys to arrive also. Today we're going to be talking about gut health, we're going to be talking about stress, and everything that goes along with it. So we'll just wait a few more minutes until she arrives and until you guys are here. We're just going to wait a minute for everybody to arrive. Hi, Dr. Simmons.
Hi.
Thank you for being here with me. We'll
Oh
see
my
who,
God,
we'll
I'm
see
so
who
excited
arrives.
to be here.
I'm hoping that people choose to forego their work and watch us, but I'm going to record this and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel so that everybody later can watch it as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining.
Of course.
That's such a great topic. I know when you and I were discussing what we were going to talk about, it was super important that this is tangible and that we can give some usable information to everybody out there who's wanting, to know what to do and how to do it, especially with the topic we're going to talk about. I have a whining dog that I may have to tend to, but it's okay. We're all working from home.
I love your yellow. I'm like tempted
Thank
to go
you.
to my yellow one.
You know what? I've been hitting up the Lululemon sale. There is a sale section.
Awesome.
It's awesome, and there are lots of bright colors there, and I'm finding that especially for doing these kinds of things, that bright colors are sort of my jam. So will you introduce yourself and tell people who you are and what you do? That would be awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm Dr. Jenn Simmons. I founded Real Health MD in October of 2019. I have spent the last 17 years as Philadelphia's top breast surgeon, and I was juggling a lot of balls in the air, as lots of professional women do, and thinking that I had the world by the horns and that I could have it all. And then I got sick. And as many people do, when you have something that derails you, you change your course, right? So I was a traditionally trained doctor who as a traditionally trained doctor, got about 15 hours worth of teaching around nutrition. So had no idea the impact that diet and lifestyle could have on your health. And I got sick and didn't want to pursue the traditional treatments and ended up just healing myself, learning about functional medicine, and completely changed my course.
It's amazing.
And now I just serve people in the same way that it served me.
That's amazing. And what kinds of people do you work with?
So as a functional medicine doctor, you can help everyone. My avatar is still in that breast cancer space. Those are the ladies that I have cared for my entire career. And those are the people that I really resonate with. And so most of my efforts are focused around serving them. But in taking care of breast cancer patients, you learn to take care of everything because they didn't suddenly wake up with breast cancer, right? There's not something inherently wrong with their breast. There's something inherently wrong with their body that manifested as a problem in their breast. But there's nothing wrong with their breast. So
That's a very powerful message. That's a very powerful message. Yeah.
Don't blame the breast.
we need more we need you speaking your message, because
I'm trying.
That's why we got to spread. That's why we're going to record this, and hopefully more people will watch too. So when you and I were talking about what to talk about, I'm finding that my clients, and maybe yours as well, are everybody who's either got a gut issue or maybe doesn't, is finding that their tummies are just upset. And I think that sure, we're eating different food, but we're also experiencing an incredible amount of stress. So are you finding that with your patients and clients too?
Absolutely. People who even never had a gut problem before suddenly have a gut problem. And the thing that we don't talk about a lot is the literal direct impact that stress has on the gut. Because we all have a microbiome, that's that ecosystem that lives in and on us, and it needs to live in balance. And when it does that, and when we have a lot of diversity of organisms in our gut, and they're living in an environment that is suitable for them, and then suddenly we introduce all of this stress, which literally changes our chemistry inside of us. And all of a sudden, your garden inside of you is like, what the hell is going on?
It's like the flowers that are dead behind me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, who changed the pool water?
I don't know what happened. The pool water. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's really true. So what are you suggesting? How are you helping your patients with that sort of scenario that you're finding with them?
So the main things are to maintain as much normalcy as possible during these times. So in terms of just something so simple as maintaining a schedule, right? So getting up at the same time every day, going to bed at the same time every day, preserving that sleep routine, right? Staying up all night and watching Netflix is not serving you.
No, it's not. It's tempting, right? But it's not serving. No.
It's only contributing to your unrest.
Yeah.
And so, keeping a schedule for the purposes of having good, solid, nourishing sleep. Because if you're not sleeping, you're not healing. And if you're not sleeping, you're not producing melatonin, which is our healing hormone. So you literally cannot be healthy unless you're sleeping. And you can't sleep unless you're maintaining a routine. So it's really important to try to keep that intact, to go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time. And then there are different touch points along the way in the course of your day that really help to preserve that too, and to keep you in that right chemical balance. So when you get up, making sure before you reach for your electronic and starting that blue light stimulus.
Put on our glasses.
Put on your glasses, but better yet, go to a window. Go to a window, find a window.
Great idea.
If it opens, awesome. But even if it doesn't open, look outside, look at nature, give that signal to your brain.
It's a great tip.
Yeah. And then,
even if I'm looking at buildings, is that okay too?
Even if you're looking at buildings, if you're getting some sky, if you're getting some landscape, if you're looking at a tree, it doesn't matter. Any part of nature, any part of natural light will help to start that day off the way that it's supposed to start.
Okay. That's a great tip.
But that will help to balance your cortisol because, we're a balancing act between cortisol, which is our waking hormone, and melatonin, which is our rest and repair hormone. And we want to make sure that balance stays intact. Yeah. And so looking out at the window the first thing in the morning, midday, and then if you can watch the sunset, oh my God, it's all the better.
Okay.
That's the signal to your brain that, okay, it's time to start winding down. We're going to go to sleep soon. Let's ramp up for that melatonin production.
Okay, that's
time
great.
to change the machine, right? To switch the machine over from cortisol to melatonin.
That's a great tip. So all the people who I see with all their blinds closed and sitting in dark rooms as I'm looking out my New York City window, bad move.
No.
Okay.
That's a no-no. Get that sunlight in. Get that natural light in. Yeah.
Okay.
And it may not be enough to boost your melatonin production.
Right.
I mean, to boost your vitamin D production.
Right.
But it will certainly be enough to boost your melatonin production.
Okay.
And that's what's so important.
And how, sleep-wake cycle is also super important for gut movement too, right?
It absolutely is, because your gut is one of the places that turns over the most, right? So that's the one that needs the most healing. And our immune system, 70% of our immune system lives in our gut. So if that is not healthy, you are not healthy, and you can't be healthy. And so making sure that that system is intact, protected, working well, giving it what it needs, not giving it what it doesn't need, you know, that's so important. I
that
mean,
right now.
Yeah,
In particular.
especially right now, when everyone ran out to the stores in a panic and bought all of this processed food. Oh my God, it's the worst thing for your gut.
I know.
The worst thing.
And it felt, I think for most people, and I see we've got a comment that says can't go to the supermarket easily and buy healthy food. You know, I've heard from people that they're afraid to buy fresh produce because the virus might be living on it. I'm not really worrying about that. I'm just washing it with water and some soap or water.
Yeah, and I that virus is no match for your stomach acid. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. I think that the major concern with the virus, because it loves the respiratory tract so much, is actually in the process of breathing it in.
Okay.
If you're swallowing it and it's hitting your stomach acid, as long as you're taking an acid, if you're
which everybody is.
it's hitting, well, that's something that's got to go too.
That's a separate conversation.
Yeah, it is. That's a talk for another day. But when it's hitting that stomach acid, I personally don't worry about that at all. And another tip to kind of keep your mouth and your nose healthy is to just do a daily gargle or twice daily gargle with some hydrogen peroxide. Make sure you spit it out though, don't swallow it. And put some on a Q-tip and swab it up your nose, and that will also kill viruses in your nose and your throat. I
didn't realize that was safe. That's great. That's great info.
Just don't swallow it. But yes, perfectly. I mean, we're doing it every day.
I have one more question for you off topic, but it's relevant. I heard that taking vitamin D might actually increase ACE2 receptors and that it may be negative to take it. Do you have a feeling on that? And we'll get back to gut health in a second.
I have not heard that, but you know, the interesting thing about the ACE2 receptor is that because it's coded for on the X chromosome and men only have one X chromosome, that's why there's a proclivity for it to develop more in men than women. But there's still a lot of different versions of that receptor. So I don't see why vitamin D would have that impact. But I don't know. And
I heard it, and I was like, I heard it. I heard it on Max Lugavere's podcast. Chris Matheson was on there talking about it, about some research. And so I was like, interesting.
Well, I'm putting it on my list.
I'm curious. I was just curious because vitamin D, and you know, vitamin D is generally one of the ones that is helpful for immune system, you know, the sleep-wake cycle, every hormone in our body. Yeah, you know,
I mean, it's the base molecule for almost every hormone in our body. So vitamin D is not a vitamin; it's actually a hormone.
Yeah.
So my brain doesn't compute why that would be the case.
Mine didn't either, but
I'm definitely gonna read up on it and think about it.
Thank you. Okay, so back to gut health. So. How do we help our guts that are really struggling between the processed food and like killing of some healthy bacteria? What can we do? Because I know some people are really limited or feel like they're really limited. Yeah,
I understand. So minimizing the processed food, as much whole food as you can.
Okay.
Right. So, and as plant-based as you can be, because it's really the colorful aspect of food that is what it nourishes us. Okay. So the more colorful, the better. Whole foods over processed foods, definitely. And then the other elements that go into promoting health. So again, making sure that you're sleeping at night. Sleep is so very important. It's what allows your immune system to strengthen itself. And movement is incredibly important. So getting that movement in every single day. Movement and exercise is as effective or more effective than any of the drugs that we have on the market for depression. And the reason is that it promotes gut health. And it's that whole gut-brain connection that allows us to feel good, to have that mood and that spirit. And that mood and spirit elevation will also be an indication of increased immunity. Because
okay.
You're far more likely to get sick if you're depressed. And that's because depression is a symptom of inflammation. So if you're already inflamed, you're far more susceptible to getting sick. So, you know, at the end of the day, it does.
So many pearls of wisdom here. Thank you. So many pearls.
It all comes back to the gut. You got to protect your gut.
It's all about the gut. And what if people aren't pooping? What are you suggesting to your people who aren't pooping?
So again, it's a whole food diet that's fiber rich. Try to get 2 tablespoons of flax in every day, you know, and I want most of your fiber to come from whole foods, mostly vegetables, fruit, super colorful. But then, you know, if you're and sleeping at night and exercising, because if you're moving your body, your bowels are going to move too. And if you're not moving your body, you're not going to poop.
Nothing moves.
Right? So they go together.
Yeah.
They go together. And, you know, sometimes if you're stuck and you're drinking water and you're avoiding alcohol, which no one's avoiding alcohol.
Nobody
right now,
is. I know.
And alcohol is so dehydrating.
Yeah.
And though I'm a big believer in coffee, coffee can be dehydrating. So you've got to make sure that you're hydrating around that, keeping up your water intake, 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. And then, you know, some people need some magnesium. Vitamin C is another way to improve regularity. And though I prefer the vitamin C to be in the form of red peppers or orange peppers or yellow peppers or kiwi or Brussels sprouts or spinach or, you know, sweet potatoes, sweet grapefruit, like those are my preferred sources.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need a vitamin C supplement, and that will promote regularity.
Like a buffered C, more than like a buffered C, which I'm finding people are struggling to find. So if they can't find, because people hoarded it, like they hoarded toilet paper in the beginning, would you suggest something like aloe, or would you suggest doing?
Yeah, so aloe is a great one, and it's a great temporary constipation relief. But I think getting down to the basics, I hate to focus on the supplements.
I know.
I like to focus on, you know,
the whole picture.
Making sure that you're doing the things that don't cause constipation.
True.
Right? And
not eating solely pantry foods that we would call glue when they're consumed all together. It's like a paste.
You know, quite frankly, like the frozen if you can't get a hold of fresh stuff, the frozen stuff is just as good for these purposes.
For sure. And for people who are, I see people who are like joining in and out, like what Dr. Simmons was saying is that like you really shouldn't be worried about fresh produce and getting the virus on fresh produce. You should be eating the fresh produce. And I think that that's something that needs to be really echoed, because I've heard from a lot of people that they're not buying the fresh produce, and I've been able to buy a plethora of it because it's what's available in the grocery store, because nobody's buying it.
Yeah,
great,
I mean, quite frankly, the grocery stores, like all the shelves are empty, but the produce section is full.
So full.
And it's exactly the opposite of what you should be doing. So the sugar and the processed food is what's going to make you vulnerable to this virus, because it's going to give you leaky gut.
Yeah.
And you're going to have things go into your system and come in contact with your immune system that shouldn't be in contact with your immune system.
Right. So, and what about probiotics? I know we're not talking so much about supplements, but what about probiotics right now? Do you think they're helpful?
So I mean, I think that if you're eating a balanced diet and you have a healthy ecosystem already,
Yeah.
you don't need them.
Okay.
And if you have an unhealthy ecosystem,
Yeah.
then there are a lot of things to fix, and you
Yeah.
cannot supplement your way out of a bad
No, you can't.
You just can't.
No, you can't.
So, you know, I use probiotics in my practice
Yeah.
for people who need a jump start, need a boost.
Okay.
But it has to go along with the dietary commitment, because
Totally.
otherwise you're just wasting your money.
Yeah. So then
do.
foods that are good for prebiotics. So I focus on prebiotic foods to feed the
Right.
bacteria
Right.
in our
Absolutely.
guts.
So
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure you know as well as I do. I just recommend a plant-rich diet, and I make it kind of foolproof for people. So if 75% of what you're eating is vegetables and fruit, you're all fine. And that other 25%,
Doesn't really matter.
you don't even
Doesn't
have to
really
tell me
matter.
about it.
Yeah. That's a good policy.
Yeah.
That's a good policy. Yeah, you know, I think people are, and I saw some, one of our viewers commented that she has got stomach pains every night in the middle of the, like at night, you know, from all the stress. I'm hearing that too, that people are having like painful stomachs.
Yeah. I think that your body has to send you a signal that you'll listen to.
That's a good point.
So this stress for people, this time for people is going to manifest in a whole bunch of different ways. But we only listen to sledgehammers, right?
That's true.
We don't listen to anything else.
It's true.
Your body's going to signal you in the way that you're going to listen.
Yeah.
But we have to remember at the end of the day, fear is not real. Danger is real.
Yeah.
But fear is not real, and fear is what you make of it. And you can reframe all of this. There are so many blessings right now. There's so much to be grateful for so many people.
It's true.
That, you know, I think that we just need to do a lot of reframing around this.
So in practice, do you recommend people journal, or are you recommending that people are?
Absolutely. And I love food symptom diaries.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I love, because you learn so much about yourself from that.
It's true.
And the other thing is that I'm telling people to keep a gratitude journal.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Everyone, you know, if you're not lying in a hospital bed right now, you have something to be grateful for.
True. It's really true.
And counting our blessings is the best. Those are the best lenses to look at life through.
True.
Counted blessings.
It really does relax the nervous system to start to look at what you have versus what you don't have.
Yep. Absolutely.
And what that does for cortisol levels.
Absolutely.
Massive. Yeah. Okay.
And putting the tool in your toolbox of either like a breathing practice or a meditation practice, or something that allows you to reset.
Yeah.
When you feel your switch about to go off and you're going in a direction that you don't want to be going, something to allow you the control to just reset that.
So do you recommend, I guess everybody's in their home, so it's not like people are driving around really and they're like in their cars feeling stressed and then they need a reset. So really, you know, is it about getting up from your desk or getting up from the place that you're starting to feel stressed and sort of just like taking a moment and reframing and then sitting back down?
Absolutely. And sometimes just, you know, if you're starting to feel that feeling, if you're starting to be stressed in that space, because not everyone has a meditation practice.
Totally.
But sometimes just changing your physical environment is enough to stop that path, right? So getting up and walking to another room. I especially like setting a timer for every hour and like maybe getting up and doing 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 sit-ups. You know, you don't have to do a full workout, but something that changes your physical chemistry will change your brain chemistry.
I've been suggesting that a lot to the kids that I work with because, as we talked about, you know, like they're now, we're a little more used to sitting for longer periods of time because we've become accustomed to it. But the kids, I'm finding, and you and I talked about, are really struggling with all this setting.
Yeah, I love what you said. They have their first day job at under 10.
Yeah,
something
they're
like that.
in a desk job. All of them
Yeah.
have like this new desk job that they never wanted.
Yeah.
And so I'm like forcing all of my kids to like, you know, lovingly forcing to like in between, they've got 5 minutes. They're like, oh, I only have 5 minutes between class. I'm like, that's great. Get up for 30 seconds and march in place, or go walk to the door of your bedroom and back, or like anything.
Burpees.
Do some burpees, you know. It makes a difference. You know, it a little goes a long way here. You know, I'll find that I'm trying to like not sit in front of my computer and do and eat and email. So I'll just like, if I don't have time to like actually get up and do something, which I always do, but I'll just like change my place at my desk and look somewhere else. Yeah. And it's amazing what that does to just calm the nervous system down. I think what I find with my people who I work with is that everybody's really out of touch with themselves, you know, and many of them aren't, but most of them are. And, you know, I think this can actually be a really impactful time to get more in touch with yourself, learn something new about your body, you know, like maybe you didn't know that your poop looked like that. Well, you have some time, so start looking at it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great, I tell that to people every day. I say, you have to look at your poop.
Yeah.
And I just want to say for the record that everyone should be pooping 1 to 2 times a day.
Okay.
And if you're not, you're constipated.
Yeah, like the person
like
who's...
You ask people if they're regular and they say, yes, I'm regular. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then how many times a day do you poop? Oh, I don't poop once a day. I poop once a week. I'm like, oh, that's not regular.
I'm like, how uncomfortable. Your body must hate you at the end of that week.
Yeah.
Why is that? So if you can briefly just tell us, like, why is that important for people to poop every day?
So the way our bodies encounter toxins throughout the day, multiple vehicles. So we get some on our food in the way of pesticides or glyphosates or whatever residual chemicals from the growing. We get some from our environment. We breathe stuff in, and some of it we create in ourselves from stressful situations. And the way that our bodies get rid of those toxins are they get converted in the liver to something that can be excreted, either in your sweat, which is why we encourage sweating, peeing it out. But the major way we get rid of our toxins is in poop. And if you're not pooping, those toxins just get reabsorbed into your system and circulate around again. So you're literally toxic if you're not pooping.
And hormones too?
So many of your systems.
And how does that affect hormones too? Because I know a lot of women who aren't pooping also have a massive hormone imbalance.
Right. So the thing about that whole detoxification process is that we make all these hormones and we're supposed to poop them out. But if we don't poop them out, they just get reabsorbed, come back into your circulation. At the same time, you're still making more hormones. So your hormone levels are not what they're supposed to be because you're supposed to be getting rid of them and you're not. And so they're just coming back and recirculating and recirculating. So it completely throws off your balance.
So that alone could make a woman's hormone levels very high.
100%.
Wow. Yeah, ladies, do you hear that? Everybody who's not pooping and your hormones are off the chart or they're imbalanced or something, please poop.
Yeah, everyone has to poop.
Everybody, I know that child book, Everybody Poops.
Everybody poops.
It's really important, and I think it's even more important right now with the extra stress going on.
Without question, because that's just another toxin.
Right.
So we have to let go of it. You know, what you're holding on to is very important. You have to let go of that.
I do find that when clients also do some like, you know, reframing and letting go emotionally of stuff, that they also start to poop, which is, I think they're like, wow, I didn't realize. I'm like, of course, when you hold things, your gut holds things too.
That's exactly right. That's exactly.
So would a meditation practice be helpful for people to help them poop? Even though
100%. so that they know it doesn't take much. So you don't have to be meditating for 2 hours a day.
Thank
So
you.
even 10 minutes a day is enough to drastically improve your health. Ideally, I think you want to be doing 10 minutes twice a day.
Okay.
Maybe a session as soon as you get up in the morning, and then maybe a session later on in the day.
Okay.
But it is incredibly helpful in promoting your health.
I candidly, I'm a very, I am a lazy meditation artist. So sometimes I go very in and out of it. So I have to work on mine. It feels so good when you do it though. It feels so good. So I'm going to put that on number 1 on my list to get back to doing. Can you do it in small increments, or do you have to do it 10 minutes together?
Without question, you can do it any way that you want to do it. It's just and any amount of time is helpful. And you know, people say like, I'm not good at meditation and this kind of thing. You don't meditate to be good at meditation. You meditate to be good at life. It's a matter of you being in control of your thoughts rather than life being in control of your thoughts. So I love the Ziva meditation method. I don't know if you know Emily Fletcher.
I don't know her.
She's amazing. And
I need to know her. I'm writing it down.
She describes meditation as, think of yourself as you're hosting a party. So you're the hostess, and there's people all around you, and you stop and talk to someone, but then you have to come back to being the hostess. And then you stop and talk to someone else, but you come back to being the hostess.
Oh, that's a great way of putting it.
The whole thing is that you're in control of where your mind goes. Your mind is going to wander.
Yeah.
You know, your thoughts are not going to stop.
And I think that deters people.
But it's not about, you know, people say all the time, oh, I can't clear my mind. I can't do that. It's not about doing that. It's about you being in control of redirection. So, you know, your mind goes to a negative place. Thank you for sharing. I'm coming back to where I am. Yeah.
I think that's a really helpful message, because I find that people are really intimidated by meditation. You know, they're like, oh,
I agree.
I'm not good at it. I can't get my brain to be quiet. Well, nobody can, really.
Yeah, nobody can.
So we should stop trying to make it quiet and just take it for what it is and breathe a little deeper.
It's really not about making your brain quiet. It's about thinking what you want to think. But it's not about quieting your brain, because you're always thinking. So I really try to encourage people that don't be intimidated. It's not a contest. And the way that I meditate is going to be different than the way you meditate. And you don't have to be meditating in Nepal with monks. You have your own version of meditation that I promise you will get something out of it, and it will be successful for you because it's your kind of meditation.
That's a great message. Yeah, that's a great message. I mean, I think that to me stands out as one of the most important things for gut health, for like regular living is
without question. Because that's your major stress management technique, right? And stress is so disruptive to your gut, which I think we've been clear that your gut is the key to your health.
Yeah.
And so having that tool to manage your stress so that, you know, the world can be blowing up around you, but you can manage what that meaning is to you. We are in control of what it means.
Right. That's a great message. I think that perhaps, you know, going out and getting some fresh vegetables, I think people should hear that message loud and clear. Please eat your fresh vegetables. Also,
or frozen.
Or frozen.
Literally. Just eat vegetables.
Some kind of vegetable, fresh or frozen. I know that everybody who's farming them needs people to buy more of them, because they're having to bury a lot of crop because people aren't buying fresh produce. So please buy the fresh produce.
If there's one message that people take away from today, it's that they need to be eating real food right now. That is what's going to nourish you. That is what's going to build up your immunity. That is what we were meant to eat. Like if we go back to our evolution, we ate vegetables, right? The hunters and the gatherers were far more successful than the hunters because the plants couldn't run away.
It's true. Even though the vegetables looked different then, they were still getting the nutrients from the ground, which we need. Yes. Okay. And I also feel like we need more nutrients right now, right? Like
without question,
our bodies need more.
Yes, but they can't come in the way of supplements.
No.
Because our bodies know what to do with food. I'm not convinced that they know what to do with supplements.
Okay.
And the supplements extract a portion of it.
Yeah.
But it can't possibly have the same meaning.
No.
As what's in food.
Supplements are to supplement.
Yes.
Not to replace. And I think that's an important message. You know, vitamin C is lovely to take in addition, and I think there are certain nutrients that we do need more of extra from supplements, like vitamin D, for example. Yes. But I think potentially people are sidelining their food and buying lots of supplements and consuming them instead.
And it's a mistake.
You often can't even absorb many of the nutrients in some of the supplements if you don't eat the food.
You're making expensive tea and poop. That's what's happening.
Okay, so meditate, eat a whole food diet, and sleep.
Sleep.
And what if you can't sleep?
And exercise.
Sleep and exercise. I know sleep. Yeah. Sleep and exercise. What if you can't sleep? What if you really can't sleep? What do you do?
So the keys to sleep are keeping that schedule.
Okay.
Making your bedroom a welcoming place.
Yep.
Limiting your exposure to blue light.
So,
there you go. There's your blue light glasses. Beautiful. And making sure that you're wearing them when the sun goes down.
Okay.
Right? So not just when you're getting in bed to watch TV, but literally like once the sun goes down, you want to minimize your exposure to blue light. Okay. And you also want to start to soften your lights.
But, okay.
Yeah. But getting the first thing in the morning, looking at natural light, getting natural light midday.
Okay.
Watching that sunset.
Watch the sunset. That's something that everybody, no matter where you are, can do.
And it's free.
And it's free.
It's free.
Sunlight is free, that's a great tip. Where can people find you if they want to follow you, learn more about you? Where can people find you?
I'm Dr. Jenn Simmons, and it's 2 N's. Dr. Jenn Simmons on Instagram, Facebook, and my website, realhealthmd.com.
Thank you so much for being here. You're such a wealth of knowledge, and your story personally is amazing also. And it's inspiring, you know, to see even doctors, really in particular doctors, because I know you guys aren't trained in nutrition, and then you're kind of like enlightened with how important all of this is, and totally changing your path to be, you know, more in touch with basics, food and lifestyle. So thank you for sharing with us. This is going to be
the key to health.
Oh, completely. I agree. This is being recorded. I'm gonna download this and put this on my YouTube channel so we can save it and people can learn from it. Thank you so much for being here. Stay well. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.